Hello, everybody. Dorothy here, professional astrologer. We're going to talk about the next 4 days. We're going to talk about the fall equinox all the way through to the new moon in the sign of Libra. So September 22nd through the 25th. I just want to give us a little more detailed insight. There is the forecast for the new moon is out there. So I'm going to link that up here. The forecast for Mercury retrograde is out there, and Mars in Gemini as it moves through Gemini, almost retrograde, but not till October. In the meantime, let's look at some charts. So I'm going to share my screen with you for those of you who are new. And what I'm also going to do before we get to that, just remind us, I haven't done this in a while because I've just been so busy. I wasn't able to get to the dailies for a month or so. We're going to draw a card at the end, and we also use these Astrodice just to get a little extra message from spirit. It's fun. It's astrology, but it's also, let's use our intuition to feel what we're feeling about what the astrology just said. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to show you what I am looking at. And if you're not an astrologer, that's fine too. You're allowed to just, that's September 22nd. Let's get to the equinox here. That was the equinox. There it is. It's okay that you can't read this. I'm just going to point at things and you can watch. But if you can read it, it helps you learn as well. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, which I usually do ahead of time, but I'm going to show you, this is Solar Fire. It's the professional software for PCs. I'm going to go in and I'm going to remove the ascendant and the midheaven. And why do I do that? I do that because we all live somewhere, not in the same town as I live in, right? So I'm on the seacoast of New England. You are somewhere else. You're in Texas, you're in California, you're in Ohio, you're in the UK. So California, Hawaii, wherever you are, your time is different than mine. So I will not read the ascendant in midheaven, and I will not read the house placements doing a forecast like this because it's not relevant for everybody. I'm going to give you energy that's relevant for everybody. The only thing you have to do is adjust to your own time zone. I am in Eastern Daylight Time. Okay, that aside, here's the sun in the sign of Libra. That means it is now getting ready to shift to its southern trek. So that means us here in the Northern Hemisphere, less light, less light, less light. We start going into the dark, which represents, let's find the time to go within. We have a lot of retrograde planets. 1, 2, 3, 4, the nodes, 5, 6 planets retrograde. So that is an opportunity for us to slow down. So I'm going to slow down my talking now. You can tell I'm going fast. So we could slow down and find some equilibrium. That is the purpose. That's what the focus of the sun in the sign of Libra wants us to do. It wants us to find that balance. It's like, find that balance between help and service and, doing what you need, but also finding a way to, to work with others or to get what you need. It's finding that balance in whatever it is that you're looking for, that equilibrium. When things become out of balance, it really disrupts a lot of things in life. Now, we've already been feeling some of this because Mercury's been in the sign of Libra since the end of August. It's retrograding. It's going to shift back into Virgo in just a day. Let me look at my ephemeris in front of me. Yeah, it shifts back into Virgo on Friday. We'll get to that in a minute. But with it being in Libra for the last few weeks since the end of August, and now the sun is moving through there. They are conjunct. They'll come together, and this is, that is the reminder of what relationships are important, relationships that are ending, and again, our finding that internal harmony and balance. That's really the biggest thing that we get when we have this shift into Libra. There you go. Word got stuck. We are currently in the Balsamic lunar phase on Thursday, part of Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's slow moving right now. The moon is slow moving right now. So the thing is, it's like it's going to take a few days for us to get to that new moon. And that new moon is on Sunday, the 25th, and it's not till 5:55 p.m. Eastern. So what does this mean? To me, this means when we have the sun in Libra at that 0 cardinal point, that is always a moment of initiation. and where we can really shift, and we're looking to begin something new. It's initiating air actions, Libra. However, we are in that balsamic lunar phase. So I'm just going to let you know, and Mercury's retrograde. So all of this together, this just tells me Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just tie up loose ends. Say goodbyes. I did that last weekend to a dear friend. Say goodbyes, or he passed. It wasn't a breakup of a friendship. Yeah, that's as breakup as you get, right? Say goodbyes, let go of things that just are not working, just the things you're hanging on to that just isn't necessary anymore. Stop fighting your system, stop fighting yourself, stop fighting this system. You know what I mean. Let those things go. Let those things go. And that's what we're going to get while the moon's balsamic, while Mercury is retrograding, and the sun is just in early Libra. All right. That's what we got. Next chart. There we go. Here's when Mercury enters the sign of Virgo. It's going to do that on Friday the 23rd at 8:04, 8:05 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So wherever you are, just 29 degrees of Virgo is where it's shifting back into. And so that just tells us that, Mercury is asking us to have a focus on, being grounded and focus on those details that we may have missed the last time it was moving through that sign. Because when it goes backwards, we have to go slower when we're going in reverse. Just think about driving your car in reverse. You are not driving that bad boy at 60 miles an hour like if you were going forward. If you are, then you're a stunt car driver. Other than that, all right, take our time. Slow down and take your time. And that's what the most important thing is. We're looking at figuring out how to be a bit more grounded. All right. That's what we got with that. And this chart right here, I just wanted us to look at it really quick. There's an awful lot of fixed energy in this chart. I know I'm looking at the ascendant, but we have Taurus energy. We have Virgo energy. I mean, that's not Virgo. That's Aquarius. Leo. The nodes are fixed. There's a lot of fixed energy in that equinox chart. So we're really needing some time to get some time to take our time to, again, look at the details to figure out what it is that's most important for you in your balance. Where do you need that balance? Are you alone too much? You want to bring somebody in? Are you always focusing on your partner? All of these things come to play. All right, the next chart is, here we are. This is on the 24th. So what day is that? That's Saturday, the 24th. You can see the moon's in Virgo, so we're very detail oriented. The moon entered Virgo before Mercury went retrograde. Here, I'll bring that chart up. Yeah, here's the moon in Virgo. Here's Mercury retrograde in Virgo. Venus at 22 degrees of Virgo. This is on Friday, the 23rd. So we are to focus and hone in on the details. The moon in Virgo is balsamic, like it was in some of Leo, but the moon in Virgo balsamic, meaning we really are to hone in and focus on those details. The next chart is this one for Saturday, the 24th. The moon is still in Virgo, getting closer. What's going on in this chart that I wanted to focus on more than just the moon is that Venus in Virgo is opposite Neptune in Pisces. And so, lots of times we can get lost. We can get lost in the fog, get lost in the romance. That's Neptune in Pisces. Venus in Virgo is quite particular. Venus is what we love, what we value. And in that sign of Virgo, we can hone in and focus on the details. So when Venus, the planet of love, value, what we think is beautiful, creativity, is opposite Neptune in Pisces, we could get lost in reality, or we could, which is wonderful, just to, be in the moment. To me, lost in reality is like being very being so much in the moment. We can bring dreams. That's the Neptune, right? In Pisces, we can bring some dreams to reality. We can realize some dreams. Fantastic way to use this. I'm looking at my notes. What else? This is great for fantasy. This is great for being creative and imagination. So since we have a balsamic lunar phase, and again, I've repeated that 3 times, that's about, going in, releasing what's not working, distilling and honing in on the details. The moon in Virgo will do that in the balsamic lunar phase. Venus in Virgo will do that in that sign. Venus opposite Neptune says, all right, let's be creative. Let's create. Let's get in the moment. This is a wonderful opportunity to pull that into something that you've been wanting to work on or just really let go. I find it fantastic. And here's the new moon in the sign of Libra. It's at 2 degrees. I do have a full video on that, so I'll link that above. It'll pop up, I think, at the very, very end in the corner. Also, along with, go ahead and subscribe. And this is this new moon at 2 degrees of Libra. I like it when they're early in the zodiac sign, the first 10 degrees, that first decan, because we have an opportunity to use the pure energy of that this planet that rules that sign, and that's Venus. Venus rules Libra. And so, and she's right there in Virgo. She's not too far away. She'll come along soon. When she gets to 2 degrees, then it will reactivate that new moon. So yeah, take some time. I'm going to stop my share right now. Take some time and really hone in on what is important for you in any of those things that I've already mentioned. Okay. All right. Now, I just did a big summit. I hope most of you signed up for it. My lecture was yesterday. It's only available for 72 hours, and you had to have signed up for it. So if you didn't, I'm sorry. I'm going to roll these dice. Let's ask Spirit for a little more insight into how we could, let me see. My question would be, how can we use the equinox energy to the best of our ability? This is going to be that'd be a personal question, but I'll just do it for all of us. The sun in Capricorn in the 11th house. So what that represents, do you know what the Astrodice are? 12 die that have the planets. So there's the sun, and it rolls up Capricorn. It's like D&D dice in the 11th house. The sun in Capricorn. So what that is like, take that beautiful sun, that light, and in the Capricorn energy, and use your wisdom. So take that light, use your wisdom, and share it with like-minded people. That's the 11th house, is the groups and associations that you feel drawn to. So are you getting ready to be a leader of something? Are you trying to start a group? Are you looking to create a community? Oh, what a wonderful thing. That's what that is too. Creating a community. So finding that balance, are you alone too much? And again, we're looking at the equinox. So are you alone so much that, maybe you want to find that community and you can't. So let's create it. I know. Life is good. And it's hard too. I do not have my head in the sand. There's a lot of heavy duty shit going on these days. And your focus and perspective is what will help you to keep your sanity and help you to maneuver your way through what's going on in this world. This is a very earthy nature spirit deck. I want us to know I like this card. There's a lot of good cards in this deck. All of them are really great cards. Spirit of air. We have Mars and Gemini. That's a really fun story. I want to talk about that too. I mean, oh my God, Mars is like at 16 Gemini right now. That's where my Venus is. My son's at 19 Gemini. It's just been, in 1 hour, I am doing like 20 different things. Thank God they're all short little things. You should see the Post-it notes. Got a stack right here. I always have a stack of Post-it notes. Very Gemini, very air, very think things through. I have so many ideas, which ones are going to work. I even have over here. I don't want to close it because I don't want you to accidentally see anything. But this is a big project book. I mean, different project. I mean, it's full right now. And I'll go through it once in a while and say, oh yeah, I could pick that back up. Air, spirit of air. And since we have Mars in Gemini these days, this is just a side note, but Mars is in Gemini right now. It's at 16 Gemini. And so have a place where you can write those ideas down, because you might not be able to get to them right now, but when Mars retrogrades in October, the end of October into January, you could get back to those when there's more time. Saturn's the Lord of time, and it is tricky these days, and I know that too. All right, my sweet dear mama is 89 on Sunday. My sister is coming out from Las Vegas to spend some time out here with everybody, and so I'm going to be away. Well, I'll be here, but I'm not going anywhere, but I'm not going to be on the computer much. All right, blessings everybody, and enjoy your weekend. If you have any questions, post them below. I answer everything. All right. Blessings, everybody, and namaste.